me, for Christ's sakes.
Benny.
Ooh, just listen at her.
Oh, God. Now, child, if you use the Lord's name just one more time.
Oh, Mama.
Ooh, just fresh as salt, that girl.
Well, if the salt loses its savor.
Now, look, that will do. I'm not going to allow you around here to recite those scriptures in vain. Do you hear me?
How did I manage to just walk into a room and get on everyone's wrong side this morning?
If you weren't so fresh.
Ruth, I'm 20 years old.
Now, hush, the both of you. And what time will you be home from school today?
Kinda late. Madeline started my guitar lessons today.
Yo, what kind of lessons?
Guitar?
Oh, wow.
Child. Now, how come you didn't take it into your mind to learn how to play the guitar?
I just wanted to, that's all.
Well, what? Don't you get tired of flitting from one thing to another? I mean, you was running around here with that acting group and ain't never done nothing with them. And what was it the year before that?
It was, the horseback riding club, for which she spent $55 on a riding habit that's been sitting in the closet ever since.
I just don't understand, Benny. Why you got to flit so from one thing to another?
I just wanted to learn how to play the guitar. Is there anything wrong with that?
Okay, child. I'm not saying nothing is wrong with it, but I'm just trying to understand why you have to flit so. You ain't never done nothing with that camera equipment that's in the back room here.
I don't flint. I just experiment with different forms of expression.
Like riding horses?
Some people have to express themselves one way or another.
Benny, what is it that you're trying to express?
Me! Don't worry, I don't expect you to understand.
Okay. Who you going out with tomorrow night?
George Murchison again.
Again? You getting kind of sweet on him, huh?
No. If you ask me, she too busy trying to be, expressing herself.
Oh, I like George, all right, Mama. I mean, I like him enough to go out with him and stuff.
And stuff. What does that stuff mean?
Mind your business.
Now stop picking at her, Ruth. But Benny, look at me. What does it mean?
Oh, it just means that I can't see myself serious about George. I mean, he's so shallow.
Shallow? Girl, what you mean he's shallow? Honey, he's rich.
I know he's rich, and he knows he's rich too.
But what kind of qualities a man gotta have to satisfy you, little girl?
I don't expect you to understand. Anyone who married my brother couldn't possibly understand.
Now, watch your tone. Which way is that to talk about your brother?
Let's face it, brother is a flip.
What's a flip?
She's calling you crazy.
No, brother isn't crazy yet. He's an elaborate neurotic.
Watch your mouth, Beneatha.
And as for George, well, George looks nice and he drives a nice car and he even takes me to nice places. And my sister-in-law says he's probably the richest boy I'll ever get to know. And I like him sometimes. But if the youngers are sitting around waiting to see if their little Benny's gonna tie the knot up with the Murchisons, they are wasting their time.
You mean you wouldn't marry George Murchison if he asked to marry you someday? Girl, that pretty, rich, fine thing. Ooh, I know she crazy. She's out.
No, I would not marry him if all I felt for him is what I feel now. Besides, the Murchisons, they wouldn't really like that.
And why not?
Mom, the Murchisons are honest to God, real live rich colored people. And the only people in the world more snobbish than rich white people are rich colored people. I thought everybody knew that. I met Mrs. Murchison and she's a scene.
Now listen to me. Benny, listen to your mother. Now you must not dislike people just because they're well off.
Why not? It makes just as much sense as disliking people because they're poor. And everybody does that.
You learn to get over that one day.
Get over it. Ruth, what are you talking about? Listen, I'm going to be a doctor. I don't have time to worry about who I'm going to get married to. If I even get married.
If? Now, Benny.
Oh, I probably will, but for now, I'm going to be a doctor. And George, for one, still think that's funny. I I ain't got time to be worried about that. I'm gonna be a doctor, and everyone around here better understand that.
Oh, okay, Benny. Mama understand you're gonna be a doctor. I understand you're gonna be a doctor, but God's willing.
God has got nothing to do with it.
Beneatha, that just wasn't necessary.
Well, neither is God.
Beneatha,
I mean it. I get sick and tired of hearing about God all the time. What does he do? Does he pay tuition around here?
you about to get your fresh little jaw slapped.
That's just what you need, all right.
Why? Why can't I say what I want to say around here like everybody else?
Because it doesn't sound nice for young ladies to talk that way. Me and your father worked hard to get you and your brother to church every Sunday.
Mama, you don't understand. It's all a matter of ideas. And God is just one idea I don't accept. It's not important. It's not like I'm going out being immoral or committing crimes because I don't believe in God. It's just that I get tired of hearing about God all the time and what the human race achieves through its own stubborn effort. There simply is no blasted God. There's only man. And it is he who creates miracles.
Now, repeat after me. In my mother's house, there is still God. In my mother's house, there is still God.
In my mother's house, there's still God.
Now there's some things and some ideas that I am not going to accept. Not as long as I'm the head of this family. Do you understand me, Beneatha?
Yes, ma'am.
Benny? You think you're a woman? You're still a little girl. What you did was childish. And you got treated like a child.
I see. I also see that everyone thinks it's okay to see Mama act like a tyrant. Well, all the tyranny in the world will never put a God in heaven.
She said she was sorry.
My children. They frightens me.
Well, you got good children, Lena. They a little off sometimes, but they're good.
No. Something has come down between me and them that just won't let us seem to understand each other no more. One that lost his mind thinking about money all the time, and the other one is convinced to talk about things that I just don't seem to understand in no shape or fashion. What's changing, Ruth?
Oh, no, you taking this all too seriously. You got strong-willed children. But God put it in you to be that strong-willed woman. Keep them in hand, that's all.
Got to admit, Biddy and Walter got scared all right. Just like this little old plant that ain't never had no sunshine, but look at it.
You sure does love this little old plant, don't
Yes. It's about the closest thing I'll ever get to having a garden, like the ones I used to see back home. Ruth, why are you not singing this morning? I love to hear you sing that No Ways Tired. It always seems to lift me up so. Ruth, honey. Ruth. Ruth! Ruth!